What's going on, everybody? This is an episode from the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast. Do you like podcasts and you want to see the full podcast? Make sure you check out the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast on all your podcast platforms, such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, among many others. But you're listening to the episode right here on YouTube, so make sure you hit that like button and below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button to NC Studios and NC Level Up for all your gaming needs. This is the Nerd Coalition. Enjoy the show. It's been a crazy week in AEW so far. And it ain't done yet because Thunder Rosa, got to move on to this one. Thunder Rosa is reporting that she is frustrated and unhappy with AEW. People may say,
"Oh, well, you don't say."
Yeah, I say people say, "Well, why would you be frustrated and stuff like blah 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 blah?" Tony Khan's doing all this. He's got diversity. I'm like, look, y'all gotta say something. As much as good AEW does do, when it comes to its women's division, this is just the one thing that Big Swole was talking about in her interview or her podcast of one of the reasons why, they was having trouble while she left over there. And one of the things is that AEW does not do a good job on its women's division. And since they don't have as much hours as WWE does a week to showcase these women, because they already got 2 hours of Dynamite and 1 hour of Rampage. But even with that being said, and because I don't count Dark and Revelation because nobody really watches those shows, so I really don't count those shows necessarily. However, you have to find a way to showcase more of your women. Even when now I know that they've been trying to do it more with like Jade and Chris Statlander, and so that they do like backstage segments with the women just to, get them on TV, to show off some of those things. But Thunder Rosa is the AEW Women's Champion. And Brian made a good point when we was doing our we did a review of Double Nothing Chester. Check out in the predictions that there's been only a total of 30 minutes that Thunder Rosa, since winning the championship, not since starting the feud, since winning the championship, that she's been on television. That is a crime.
Yep.
So she could barely promote her match with Serena Deeb. Serena Deeb was out here trying to promote all the stuff that she could, but Thunder Rosa is your champion, and you can't find her some TV time. And I can understand why this woman is, is frustrated. It is reported by What Culture that Rosa is unhappy over her lack of TV time. Rosa also said to be frustrated over not being invited to the post Double or Nothing media scrum. She is currently auctioning off her Double or Nothing attire to benefit the victims of the Texas shooting. Uvalde, Texas shooting, which is very nice to do. I stand with her. And has plans for had plans for the auction going into the pay-per-view, but wasn't given a chance to speak about it at the post pay-per-view scrum. The report noted that while Rosa's frustration isn't to the extent that she's looking to walk out or anything, she's just upset and confused, which I would be upset also. And she's saying that she has a feeling that the primary women's championship, Jade looks good. And Jade got the baddies, and that is obviously popular. But the TBS Championship is not the most important championship when it comes to the women. It is the Women's Championship. Mm-hmm. And she said it's been taking a backseat to the TBS Championship and even the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. The Ring of Honor Championship got almost more TV time than your AEW Championship did.
The which one?
Ring of Honor World Championship by Mercedes Martinez.
I mean, I haven't seen her on the show since she won it.
But she had a match.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Rosa, other than Double or Nothing, hasn't even had like a Hangman with the champion. He had like these warm up matches just to showcase what he can do. Thunder Rosa
only been like coming out to. They usually do like the they don't even have her on the show pretty much. They have like a promo of her.
Yeah.
Like Thunder Rosa won the title and she's gonna be fighting Serena Deeb and that was it.
Yeah, the only thing she had was that match against Nyla Rose at the Battle of the Belts 2, which is back in April. Which, by the way, who gave a shit about Battle of the Belts? Those, I really thought those TNT shows that they was going to do, those little mini pay-per-view shows were going to be so much better. Those are just like Raw and Smackdown book shows because they like, it's like they put no effort into them. And you put no champions on it, no everybody that you put people on that nobody wants to see. I don't care about the FTW championship on Battle of the Belts. I want some, big championship matches. That's what I want.
Mm-hmm.
So, your thoughts on
it? She's right. She should definitely be getting more time as the women's champion. I don't understand why. I don't understand why having a woman on show period is hard for AEW. I don't understand, but hey.
Do you think, like I said, you go with the big swole thing and saying that a lot of people don't, there's not enough writers for representation of the women backstage, or they don't kind of know how to fit them after the show because women, especially women's matches, sometimes are looked at, or a lot of times looked at as an afterthought. The bathroom break.
Well, first of all, I don't think it's nothing like that at all. It's like, I personally don't think you have to write for them. Like, it's just, you got to use them. How do you know how to write for them if you don't use them? You got to be able to use them first.
I agree.
It's like, and if it's inclusive, why don't you just go up to them and ask them, what do they want to do? You don't think they go up to Jade and say, hey, Jade, we got a promo for you today or whatever. What do you want to... We got a promo for you against, I don't know, Red Velvet. What do you want to talk about in your promo or whatever? Like, I think they give, like, stuff like that. But match-wise, I don't think they ask anything. I don't think they say nothing at all. So I don't know.
I mean, I'm concerned about it. I want the best for Thunder Rosa, and obviously I think she deserves more as a champion because like I said, she's not getting no Britt Baker level TV time out of this at all. She's just not. So,
nobody is.
No, yeah, I understand nobody is, but I'm saying, but she needs to be featured more and showcase what she can do.
Because before she was the champ, she was featured a lot.
Yeah.
Which happens to everybody. Before they're the champ, they're featured a lot, and then when they win the championship, they just disappear.